What is up, guys? It is Chap904 here, and today I got a nice little review. As you can see here, I got a 1999 December. Well, focus, come on. Anyway, December 1999 edition of GamePro magazine, and I have this month's Game Informer. I just wanted to do a simple little review. So the first thing I noticed when I got this on, or in the mail, is look at the width of these. I mean, a very skinny little... Why is my focus not working? Damn you, camera. There it goes. So you can see the width here. Compared to... Look at this massive dictionary of information. So really quick, I'm going to skim through the Game Informer here. And got a lot of ads. But let's go. You always usually got a few things early on. Not a whole lot. A few previews, and the previews in here are really good. I'm not bashing this at all. And as you can tell, this is gonna be a lighthearted review. It's not really being serious. But I mean, you always got the cover stories. You got the previews. I mean, everybody's pretty much seen these, and so you got the reviews. Now, the reviews I was gonna say really quick, and this is more so to do with the world we live in. But here's Rocket League. Now, this came in the other day, but this is Rocket League, which I absolutely love. It's free, was free on the PlayStation Plus. Now, when I got this magazine in, I already had the Platinum for it, and it was already taken off of PlayStation Plus for the free Game of the Month. And that just kind of shows how, man, magazines have really fallen off because of the, just technology. It's an old technology. They just can't keep up with what's going on. I mean, by the time they get it shipped out, this game's already a month old. So as you can see, pretty much that's it. My camera's going to focus again. 96 pages in total. Let's go into my GamePro, which is going to be the meat and potatoes of this video. So, it starts off with South Park Chef's Love Shack. I mean, one of them awesome games. Gran Turismo 2. Yeah, I said South Park Chef's Love Shack's awesome. I had a lot of fun with that. If you have four people. Wu-Tang. I used to love that game back in the day. Look at this. There's so many just awesome games. So we're going to go Vigilante 2. I mean, oh my gosh. Vigilante 8. Second phase. That was an awesome game. Turok. I grew up with PlayStations. I had a Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4. I missed out on like the 64 era, which I really did, but I played a lot of it on it. Cool feature, Buyers Beware, basically where they just talk about this. I mean, this is obviously pre-patch era, but obviously talking about, problem, the music skips and Ready to Rumble, Mortal Kombat Gold, you can't save, just, stuff that didn't work. And this told people to be aware about it, which was awesome. Spiral, we're going to get in more of this. Here it is. This is an awesome little feature here. Best-selling video games, August 1999. WWF Attitude for PlayStation, followed by about 4 Pokemon games. Driver, which was amazing. And a few sports games there. So that's what was going on. I remember seeing this ad forever. Like this, they advertised this exact ad for like well over a year. Medal of Honor, we're gonna get in that in a little bit. Battle Tanks Global Assaults. I'm getting more focused on the ads, it seems like. I love that Battle Tanks game, by the way. It was a lot of cheap fun. Donkey Kong, a cover feature. Awesome. PlayStation 2 preview. As you can see down here. Fantavision Splash Dive, I've never heard of that one. Wild Wild Racing, Street Fighter, Armored Core, Formula 1. I mean, it's just funny to go back and see these games. But, God, my focus on this camera is pissing me off. Christmas list, holiday, and it's broken down into systems, which is cool. I mean, nowadays you really can't do that because there's only one great game a month, it seems like. I mean, look at this advertising, all these games. But yeah, this is the how gaming has evolved has really changed. controller test. I mean, just another cool feature that you really can't do nowadays because it's all mostly just the single party title, the first party controllers. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's crazy how these magazines have also evolved. As you can see, they go into real depth. I mean, just this article itself is about 5 pages long. They have the old school memory cards, which, by the way, I do remember having this massive one and the Lara Croft one. Don't ask me why I had the Lara Croft one. I was a teenager, okay? But yeah, I remember having those. Memory cards were so sick because you can take them to your friend's house. I mean, yeah, nowadays it'd probably be a hassle. Metal Gear Solid. This is a cool poster. I never opened it up completely, but it's a big poster for WCW Mayhem, which was not a good game. Yeah, big poster in there, so let me kind of hold that. This is going over arcades. I'm kind of rambling and flipping the pages too, but going over arcades at the time, which there still are arcades, but just not mostly video games. Emergency Call Ambulance by Sega. Alrighty then, Sega. That's okay. We're just gonna keep going. A lot of advertisements though, but for at least for this video, I'm getting to see a lot of cool stuff. So, now I did notice in this GamePro, it's kind of broken down differently. We're going over PC previews. Is the first set of previews we got. Got a nice big advertisement for Rockets. Robot on Wheels? Yeah, okay. A little GamePro Superstore.com. You can buy or reserve. Oh, man. You're still on PC previews in this section. Let's see. I gotta hold it down now because of the advertisement. Still in PC previews. You can see just, man, that so much was going on. Now, technically, Game Informer can go over a lot more in depth on PC previews, but now with the internet and stuff like that, I mean, everybody's getting their own fix before the magazines. But this was back in the day when the internet was not very reliable. Twisted Metal 4. Oh my gosh. I had so much fun with all these crappy games. Everybody hates that one, but I loved it. Pokemon Gold and Silver. We're now on just previews in general. Cool Borders 4. Torak Rage Wars. Excite Bike and Ridge Racer 64. Wow. I hate Ridge Racers. So boring. GameProWorld.com. I remember going to that as a kid. Still in preview. Spider-Man 3D, Mario Party. Man, so much. Here we go. Here's a cool little thing. Grand Theft Auto 2. Before anybody played that game, really. I wish I had more time to read it, but I really want to read the preview for Dukes of Hazzard Racing for Home because you know they're positive in it, but that has to be one of the worst games. And everybody knew it before it came out. Alright, a lot of ads, but this is the cool part. Okay, so I'm on PlayStation Pro Reviews, and this is Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Now, this is the world that we live in today. You get like one big budget title a month. That's pretty much usually what it boils down to. Coming up next week is Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Reign. The next big one for me, at least, is Fallout 4. Those are the two I'm just really looking forward to. But overall, it's about, I would say, about 12 big games a year for us. And this just look at this real quick. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis on PlayStation. Look at the reviews. I mean, 5, 4 for controller, and 5. Now, I love how they do this review. They got the graphics, the sound, the control, and the fun factor. And they break it down over here. So you can see they got the pro tips, which is also cool because this is before the day of, like, you could just look up stuff on your phone, and back in the day when they actually had cheat codes. But, yeah, I mean, just, I never really got into Resident Evil, but I'm guessing this was a fairly good game. I know it sold very well. Next up is one of my all-time favorite games, Medal of Honor for the PlayStation. I love this game. I knew where every enemy was at. I knew where the I can't think of it. All the health packs and everything like that. I even did runs to see how good of accuracy I could get overall beating the game. And I think my highest I ever did was like 85% accuracy. Beating the whole game with 85% accuracy. But I used to play so much with my friends, so much so, and I was so good that they hated playing against me and they eventually stopped. But Medal of Honor, one of the all-time classics. If you don't believe me, perfect score. Gives you a nice little 4-level hints, which is just so funny. Man, what a I played this for years and years. I mean, one of my all-time favorites, easily top 5. Crash Team Racing, the best non-Mario Kart game ever. Look at that, almost perfect score except for sound. And it just blows my mind that, you know, back in the day, man, we had so many good games. I mean, we just saw 3 of them that almost had perfect scores on here. Oh, and here's another one, Spyro. I mean, look at the reviews. Near perfect again. It's just so awesome. So 4 of them, and those are just on PlayStation. You've got MTV Music Generator. I'll hold that down. Very good reviews. So I mean, it's so many good games. Cool Borders got okay reviews. We're getting into, you know, why is I cannot understand why my camera can't stay in focus. I'm sorry about that, guys. I thought this was funny. Army Men. I remember this series always being awful. They actually got pretty good ones, and a control of 5. It's insane. Okay. So a few more games. You can see a lot more games came out at this time frame, and you know, can't bash the magazines, you know, or not like that of the industry. It's just how it is nowadays. We're into N64 reviews. Now, I thought this was kind of crazy how they broke down the reviews, was sectioned off by systems at first, but WrestleMania 2000, I was very jealous of this when it came out on N64, as I grew up a wrestling fan, especially during the Attitude Era. I mean, I was a teenager, so, you know, perfect timing for me. Everything was good except for the sound. I always remember the sound in the N64 just could not compete with the PlayStation itself. This one they gave it such a low sound because besides the original themes, they said the sound was just no commentary, no taunts, no nothing. It was very quiet, so that's why they gave it that. Resident Evil 2 on N64, near perfect review. A few more. Look at poor Earthworm Jim. He just got nothing. I mean, even the controls were bad. Why? There we go. God, this camera's killing me, Smalls. And it goes instantly out of focus. That rocket thing, they got such a nice little advertisement. They should have paid more attention to the game. No bueno. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six did not get very good reviews in controlling, but perfect in sound. But I had a lot of fun with that one. I think that was the one with co-op in it. Now we're at Dreamcast reviews, and okay, all 4s, not bad. Slave Zero, not bad. Pretty good review for Suzuki, and then for Virtual Fighter. Ugh. The Dreamcasts, I never played one of those before. Then we go into Game Boy Color, and I liked Pokemon. Don't hate me. I did like those games. Yeah, those games were awesome. Not the Snap or nothing like that, just the Game Boy ones. Then it goes into, and this is where it gets confusing, we have the sports reviews now that breaks down from consoles to sports. So on top of all those other great PlayStation games I've reviewed a little bit, or went over the reviews, here's another one for PlayStation, and this is sports and NBA Live back when it was good. Now it has since fallen way behind. Another one, Knockout Kings. And here's a little advertisement for Tokyo Extreme Racer. Now, I never played this one on the Dreamcast, but man, those were really good on the PS2. The Tokyo Extreme Racer 0 and 3 were awesome. Here's a one for the Dreamcast. Here's another one for PlayStation, FIFA 2000. I'm a big FIFA fan, big soccer fan, football fan, whatever you want to call it. NBA Live. More sports, Ready to Rumble boxing, more sports previews, March Madness. This was kind of cool. In the same year, two Supercross. We have Supercross 2000 by EA Sports, Supercross Circuit by 989 Studios, back when that was around. And yeah, crazy. Oh, now we're into RPGs, role players realm. Now, like I said, this is kind of confusing how they did this, but yeah, you go by console sports RPGs. So they really were kind of confusing with this, and I kind of noticed that when I read over this the first time. As you can see, some more previews. This is cool. Now we're into pro strategy guides. Now this is for RPG, Final Fantasy. But yeah, it's just cool to see all this. I mean, all the reviews, all the previews, and just the strategy guides that they put in here, as you can see, for Tony Hawk. It's how old school this is. It shows you how to get Officer Dick. So that's it's just so cool to revisit this. Pokemon strategy guide. A couple pages. Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast. Now these are going to be bigger because it's basically just moves for every character. Oh man, Driver. Besides Medal of Honor, I gotta say Driver was one of those games I played forever and ever. It seemed like, and if you've never played Driver San Francisco, please do if you get an opportunity. I know it's very weird how the story is, but it is one of those awesome hidden gems on that generation. Getting towards the end, still got the Soul Calibur strategy guide. Here is a nice advertisement for a Samsung Galaxy One. Apparently that's what it looks like. I don't know really what it is. Strategy guide for WrestleMania 2000. As you can see, it goes all through all the combos, finishing moves, Stone Cold Stunner, all that stuff. So yeah, Undertaker, Triple H, Mankind, the Road Dogg, Edge, X-Pac. More cheats. And this is the other ones were strategy guides. This is cheats. The cheat of the month is Ready to Rumble boxing. We got Trick Style, Power Stone. Monster Truck Madness 64. Not really any good cheats, to be quite honest with you. What is this? Oh, Raiders reviews, blah blah blah. More Metal Gear, Mortal Kombat Gold, NFL 2K. I mean, just to revisit this is really what it's all about on this, and that's why I bought this for $6. You know, the person held on to it for 7 years and made $1 profit off of it, so I will gladly take that. And that's it. Let's go back a few pages really quick. We have December rentals of the month for Blockbuster, back when Blockbuster was still around, and as you can see, Crash Team Racing, Metal Gear Solid. It was the top for PlayStation. We got a tip hotline, which anybody wants to call them, let me know if you do and see if it still works. New messages weekly. By the way, I love that the review profiles are this. The staff is cartoons. That's hilarious. We're going to go back here just really quick. As you can see, I went back a few pages. If you remember off the top of your head, there was, I think, 96 pages in the Game Informer. This GamePro has 300 plus, so more than triple. So my simple review is not necessarily on the magazine. It's just the video game world in itself. This was back when pretty much every game that came out had to go through a console, obviously, or a handheld. Now we live in a day where, you know, you have games like Happy Wheel, which are, you know, just web page, you know, you have mobile devices, you have handhelds, you have just so much platforms nowadays that you can go into, and it's big titles now, and there's not much to cover. I mean, once again, like I said, just look at the width of the magazines. It's crazy. But it's unfortunate GamePro did go out of business. I especially remember the GamePro sections of it, but I do miss this era of video games. I mean, so many games just in this 1 month. And Rocket League, a free PlayStation Plus game, was the game of the month in this one. This one, I think, was Medal of Honor. I think it, even though it was featured second behind Resident Evil, it was the game of the month. The funny thing about these two, really quick, and I forgot to mention, is look at the covers. I mean, very basic, very just stands out. You have very minimal text and pop-ups. You know, you just have a big, almost wallpaper. And you look at the GamePro, and there's so much on them. You got the PlayStation 2, Pokemon, Donkey Kong, all these titles. You got Crash Team Racing. You got The Rock. You got the chick from Soul Calibur. This little, I mean, it's crazy how they're complete opposites. But yes, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to give a better or worse thing. It's just the world we live in nowadays. But thank you for watching. Thank you for revisiting these old memories with me. But if you like this video, please give it a like. Please subscribe. Please comment. I check my comment sections, even though, you know, it's very small. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.